Some of you in Nigeria who think you are suffering, you're better off than your colleagues that jackpot 5 years ago. A Nigerian that finished with first class now moves to the UK. You know, majority of them where they are working, Kia Homes. The type of jobs they get there is less than that of a house girl. Majority of them are Nigerians, PhD, masters. Guess their supervisor who? A boy that refused to go to secondary school, but because he's a citizen of the United Kingdom.
I am totally disappointed by how you chose to weaponize the honest livelihood of thousands of Nigerians abroad. You sat on a national TV, looked into the camera and claimed that those who stayed back home are doing better, while those who have left with their degrees, masters and PhDs are just doing care job and living paycheck to paycheck just to pay bills. To hear you refer to healthcare and support workers with such utter disdain is not just condescending, it is a profound insult to human dignity. Healthcare workers do not just clean up, they manage complex medication schedules, they support vulnerable citizens, they assist those living with severe disabilities, they provide comfort to the elderly in their final years. It is an honest, essential and highly regulated professional labor. Even worse, you went on to mock these degree holders. You are laughing at the fact that they work under British supervisors who might not even have university degrees. You are literally mocking a country that has successfully built a system where practical skills, competency and hands-on training are valued over empty pieces of paper. You are mocking a system that provides an on-the-job training and a dignified source of livelihood for its citizens, regardless of their background. Instead of being ashamed that your administration has utterly failed to provide employment for those who do have degrees, and has zero plans for the millions who don't. You use it as a talking point to score cheap political points. And while you claim that Nigerians abroad spend all their money on bills, they have access to stable electricity, functioning public transport, security, and a currency that holds its value. The minimum wage in Nigeria is just 70,000 naira. An entry-level doctor or university lecturer with PhD often earns salary that rarely takes them through half of the month. And they must privately fund their own electricity, security, water, and healthcare because the public infrastructure has collapsed. So who is spending 100% of their salary on just basic survival? The house officer today is crying to our faces because his salary has not been paid for 290 whole days. A copper doctor just lost his life because his sick leave was denied for 3 whole weeks. Who allows this in a sane country? Yet without shame, you claim that they are doing better. And you still claim that free cesarean sections and a few local healthcare initiatives means that Nigeria is offering the same kind of healthcare as the UK's NHS. That must be a delusion. Nigeria contributes to nearly 20% of the global maternal deaths. According to the World Health Organization, a Nigerian woman's lifetime risk of dying during pregnancy or childbirth is 1 in 22. In the UK, it is 1 in 19,000. Announcing free cesarean sections on television is easy. Implementing it in a country where primary healthcare centers lack constant electricity, running water and basic surgical consumables, and doctors constantly going on strike demanding for their unpaid wages is a different story. You mock a country that actually values human life enough to build an entire industry around caring for the vulnerable. People did not leave Nigeria because they hate their home. They left because they were forced by a failed system to choose between their patriotism and their survival. To look at people who swallowed their pride, put down their certificates and chose to do honest, exhausting and noble work to feed their families and send billions of dollars in remittances back home. Remittances that literally keep the Nigerian economy afloat, and call them failures is a disgrace. So don't lecture us about who is doing better until you can provide a country where a PhD holder doesn't have to beg just to survive.